Hello, hello, hello. It's Private Talk Podcast with Alexis, Texas. We are back season 3. And today, Private Talk, we have Micky Munday on the couch.
Hey.
Hey, baby. Hey, I got it right. I'm doing good. We're doing all those things. I'm big on, names and how, the pronunciation of things. So I definitely appreciate you taking the time and being here on the Private Talk couch.
Thank you. I appreciate your time as well.
So, how are you, love? We are like,
extravagant.
it's one of those things that I feel like I kind of know you a little bit, but you'd have no idea who I am, which I feel like I love even more when you come to the Private Talk couch because this is what it's all about. It's a private conversation about two people getting to know each other a little bit more intimately. And the further we go down the conversation, the more we get to know the truth about
Let's do it.
Yes.
Sounds amazing.
Sounds amazing. So please let my listeners out there tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us where we can support you, what you're doing. What have you been doing during the pandemic? We've had some crazy times out there. What's all those things about?
Well, I'm Micky Munday. I'm an artist from Los Angeles, California. I'm a rapper, a singer, a songwriter. I'm on VH1's Love and Hip Hop. During the pandemic has been the pandemic's been good to me, but for anybody who the pandemic has not been good to, or for people who've lost people, blessings to the families and the lost ones. But during the pandemic, there wasn't a lot going on. We weren't filming. I mean, I own a studio, so I could always do music, but I started doing like luxury real estate and luxury like car rentals and stuff like that. So I damn near had like a concierge business now where I do like short-term leases on houses and short-term leases with cars and stuff. And during the pandemic, because the clubs weren't open, I was killing it with the houses. So that was fun.
So is that only in LA? Is that something that's gone kind of like worldwide, or tell us a little bit more about that? Like, what does that really mean? Because people hear just luxury, they're in. They hear houses, okay, they're a little bit more entertained about it. And then because, like, you're correct, there wasn't anything to do as far as club wise, especially in LA, because we are one of the biggest sticklers about everything COVID related, which, not knocking anything, but give me a break. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. So tell us a little bit about that, that process and how that really works.
Well, at first, I had met these two young ladies. I rented a house from them. We threw a 4th of July party with some of my friends. And basically, they started telling me, hey, I got these properties. If you want to get involved, I know you know a lot of people, we could do some business. So I started renting. I started telling people, hey, I got these houses. Started sending people, like we had Google Drives. We made Google Drives, all the pictures, all the houses, the square footage, all the things.
You hustling.
Well, I'm a true hustler. Yeah, for sure. So it's like.
You're like, that. Well, yeah,
you got to do it. But yeah, so basically it's like, and I always believe in life. It's like, if I don't, certain things in life don't need to be sold. If you're running the marathon and I have water, you're going to see it.
You got the tools that you need to get it done.
So I always like to provide people with something they would already need anyway. So with the houses, people start wanting the houses. Then I had people start coming in town. It's only in LA, only for right now. But
were you one of the first people to do that? Or is that some other things that have been going on? Or how does that work?
I wouldn't say I was the first person to do it.
So there's other things that are their services like that as well.
Well, it's like an Airbnb, but you don't got to go through Airbnb. That's what makes it so much better.
1,000. But what you said is like the whole preface from me is what I caught my eye was like you said is like there wasn't clubs going on. People were doing parties and things like that. So it's like that's a big, hey, like start, like how can I get this done? And I'm sure they're making money, obviously, because we're money making individuals. So it's like people are making through the door, doing, selling alcohol,
well, that's
all kinds
on them.
of whatever.
I'm just giving
100. That's what I'm saying. As far as like for you, that
I don't
service,
know anything about anything they did in any of those damn houses.
Service is like, did you see that from someone else doing it, or you just off the top of the head was like, hey, I see this business, I'm gonna do this. I think that this is ABCD. Let's roll.
Yeah, no, I start putting the plan together. I think I've seen something
that's smart though. I respect that for sure.
Definitely, yeah. So I mean, it was cool. It was fun. It was something new.
So that was like the COVID hobby.
The COVID hobby. Yeah.
And you seem like again, me first meeting you and me seeing your energy. I'm a big energy person, yes, so I feel like you maybe took COVID times because you're such a creative. It was like, okay, this is my time to do the things that I didn't have to do before.
Yeah,
because we all had times where it's like you're doing, appearances, you're doing all kinds of things that take your time that are like great because that's what we do it for to a point. But we also lose sight of our creativeness and like going in the studio. And even if you own your own studio, sometimes it's still tough to go in there because you own it. And when we own things, it's sometimes harder to go when we were paying the time for the studio time.
Definitely. Well, I mean, I feel like art has many languages. You know what I mean? So it's like a chef is an artist, a painter is an artist, obviously. Somebody who's, I mean, you have these beautiful flowers over here. Somebody took the time to put that gold wrapping around them. I mean, that's art. I mean, art, that's why I say art has so many different languages. So, I mean, it was just another creative thing I could do. Like, oh, this is cool. I could, like, sell, because it's like my little sister does real estate. How you doing, Chili? Shout out my little sister. And she always says, why don't you get your real estate license? I say, because the people that I'm selling these houses to, like, I'm selling people a moment in time. You're selling people, like, a life. I'm selling people an experience. Like, you know, if you're selling people houses, it's
more of a long-term investment.
It's a long-term investment. It's
people
something
want
you can
short-term things because we want short. Like we're like
I'm selling people a thrill.
The same reason of why social media works. Everything is very like it's on our fingertips and it's very fast. Everything changes really quickly. We want to see things. The feed is going really quick. You know what I mean? We're like, hey, you know. So that's why I think it's fascinating when people like that come into those things, because even today, I was in a photo shoot. We're in a building downtown, and they have this space that looks nothing like any other space I could probably believe that's in that same building, but they're renting it out. So my first thing as a businesswoman, I'm thinking, A, do they own it? And how could they own it and still release it out to these people? But these things happen is because could become a business.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And those things, that's what fascinates me, is like, how do these things tick? And how do we get that to where I'm making the same money, where I'm doing the photo shoot and my other photo shoot over here is making money too?
That's where the ownership comes into play.
For sure.
Definitely.
So what projects do you have that you've been working on right now that you have, you know, coming out? What are you been up to?
I've been finishing up my project. I got a project coming out. It's called I Can't Make This Shit Up. Can I curse on here?
You are 1,010%.
Okay, well.
You can't make that shit up.
Yeah, I can't make this shit up. So
is that attested to your like life? Like why can't we make this shit up?
Yeah, I just feel like I've lived I'm very thankful in life. You know what I mean? That's one thing about me is I wake up every day and I just feel blessed to even be able to have opportunity to do what I want to do. That's such a blessing that people take for granted. So I've just done a lot of cool things in my life that I think are cool. And I think people think are cool. And I think if you didn't know me and know the type of person I was, you would probably think I was lying to you when I told you some of this stuff. So it's just like, I can't make this shit up.
I like that. I feel like I've met, definitely, especially being in LA, where it's like, you really don't believe half the stories you know that you hear, because some of them are so outlandish, or they don't think that it could happen to them until it happens to them.
Oh, yeah. Well, everything's normal in Hollywood.
So what is one story that you could think of why that story is, that whole portrait of you is true? Like, what is something that, just a tidbit of like, what would be a story that someone's like, I can't make this up, that someone was like, you're an absolute liar. No one's believing you. Like, tell us.
That's a good one.
And we only want the truth here at Private Talk.
Man, that's a good one. I'm trying to think of
you have to have several.
I do. I'm just trying to think of a specific
the best one.
Oh man, it's been some times. I'm trying to think if I want to talk about ladies or if I want to talk about
let's just
trips.
talk about let's just do a general. We'll do it to the ladies a little bit later about those things. So let's just do in general of like context of life. Like say that maybe you're telling a story to a group of guys that you're out with, whatever, and they're basically being like, no, that couldn't happen to you, or someone maybe tried to like whatever, and you proved it to them that it really was true, or you lived it, and it's a story.
Yeah, it's just, it's not like, I'm not a person that like glorifies things or whatever, but I just, once again, it's more like being appreciative. Like,
I don't think it's about glorifying. It's sometimes we story tell as hanging out.
Oh, no,
yeah.
Know? I've been to India and stuff like that. I met with the prime minister, the head of state. I seen the largest solar power energy field in the world when I was working with Akon. Shout out to Akon. When I was traveling with him, we was doing shows. I was on a Emirates plane. I'm a kid from LA on this plane with this. There's literally a lounge on the back of the plane. You can go sit with people and buckle up and eat cheese and drink wine.
So did you ever tell that story and someone was like, you're full of shit?
I don't think so, because they watched it. I was filming the whole shit on Instagram.
Okay. Well, see, that's what I'm saying but what's something that you have to like really think about, and we can give you some time.
Yeah, I don't know. I would really have to probably sit here and really process like a story. I just
you
feel
made
like
a whole thing of you can't make that shit up. You have to have some fucking stories.
I have multiple stories. Literally, I've been driving down to my car. I've had somebody shoot through the door. Literally, the bullet came through the door. I don't know how it hit me. It went out the other side. My best friend reminded me of that story.
It didn't hit you?
Oh, no.
You said it did hit you. That's what I'm saying. It didn't hit you.
It did not.
Okay, yes.
I mean, stuff like that. Like you would think somebody lying. Like somebody, yes.
Right. Has anybody ever called you out though? Like him and like you're lying. Like
no, not really, because most of the people I associate with are literally people I've been friends with for over 20 years. So it's like
okay. So they know it's solid. It is what it is.
Well, I mean, you know, the things with girls, people have watched me be around girls. The things with just making things happen in life, finding different hustles. People have physically watched these things happen. So it would be kind of, you know, if you're watching it happen, it's like, what are you're telling me it didn't happen and it's happening right in front of your eyes. So you're just lying to yourself at that point.
For sure.
But it's more for like other people. It's just a title. Like a lot of people just, you know, I'm just a rock star at heart. Like it's just, I've had a lot of random adventures and good times.
For
I
sure.
don't know. Yeah. that's the best way I can explain it.
That's the truth though. So you say, you know, you're a rapper, and is that something that you always aspired to be, or how did you get into the game into becoming a rapper?
Well, I wrote poetry when I was a kid, so I used to win like a lot of poetry contests. I always was a good creative writer. I always wanted to be an actor. I acted when I was younger, and then I started writing music for a TV show when I was 17, and I got an entertainment lawyer, and the entertainment lawyer started sending me to sessions, and I started writing music. The first person I ever worked with was at the Boom Boom Room with Will Smith. And then, so that was great. I was a huge, like, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air fan, so I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm, like, 17 years old. And this guy, Omar, shout out Omar, it was like him, he was Will Smith's business partner, but they started letting me come to the studio all the time and just work on my own stuff and write, because I was just, like, a battle rapper. I was in the streets battling people. And just, I just like to rap at that point. I didn't really know how to write songs, or, like, I tried.
You were lyrically great.
I was lyrically great, but I couldn't put songs together at that point, or anything that I thought was good, at least at that point. So I, went to the studio, I started writing, and then that's how I just kind of start writing with people, for people. And I mean, at that point, it was like no looking back. But when I was younger, I was like the typical kid. I did karate. I played basketball, played football, and I thought I was going to the NBA.
So you thought you were going to be, that kind of star. You didn't know that you were going to be this kind of star.
It's all in God's plans.
So you say Will Smith, that's a big name and a big, like, personality, like someone that's like, people are like iconic. So definitely. How was that being in the room with that person and doing work in like in that kind of setting, and him respecting you as well because you were there to work?
Yeah, I mean, I think they just thought it was cool. I could rap really good. I remember they used to have like this little room that had a TV, and it was him and Dwayne Martin in there, and they was like, man, Hollywood's like high school, man. It's like a tight-knit circle when you get in. And that's something that, like, stuck with me. So it was just cool being over there. They had, like, this chef in the back. They would cook. Like, I used to take the bus to go there.
Did you take anything from him that you would, like, pinpoint would be, like, something you still stick by to this day?
Not probably from, like, working there. But, I mean, Will Smith is just an inspirational person in general. Like, all the stuff he say about, the 10,000 hours. And he's definitely a person who has, like, crazy work ethic. So, if anything, I mean, you got to work hard. 100. The person who works harder is going to beat the more talented person every day. So if you're talented and you work hard, you should be all right.
100. Do you have a certain playlist that since you are in the music industry, that like gets you in the mood to either wind down, relax a little? Who would you like first flip on? Who would you put on?
I skate to one man and one man only.
Who's one man and one?
You're looking at him.
Oh, yourself only.
What? So if you get into my car right now, you're going to hear the best of Micky Munday. 1 hour and 99 minutes of
Micky Munday only. That's all that's playing on you?
I'm telling you.
So any situation, if you're cooking, if you're being romantic with your girl, you trying to like, you only Micky Mundaying it up.
I'm joking. No, I like R&B too. Like if you talking about mood setting stuff, I definitely like 90s R&B.
So if you were going to set the mood, you're going to go on a date. Okay. You're going to like cook for a girl. You're going to like set the ambiance when someone comes into your home. What would those top 3 people be on the top 3 of your playlist? What would they be?
Man. Whew, that's a good one. Man, I probably have to have some Jodeci.
Okay. What you doing? What you cooking? Where you going with this whole mood? Man. Where we
I cook. Yeah. Well, what I think of like.
So what dish would? Okay, let's start here. We'll set the whole thing for private talk. Set it up. So we're in your home.
Okay.
And your favorite dish to cook, regardless if it's for somebody or not, what would that be?
My favorite dish to just cook for myself.
Just to cook for yourself, yes. What is your best dish just in general?
Well, me and my family. Well, I won't even go with what me and my family make. I'm gonna say, me personally, I make these. They're like a spicy sweet wing.
Okay.
They're extravagant.
So these spicy sweet wings that are extravagant.
Oh my goodness.
Micky Munday. We're gonna have these cooking.
Yeah.
For your lady who's coming on arrival.
No, I wouldn't cook those for somebody who's coming on arrival though. That's just something
this is what we said. We're setting the mood.
Damn,
you just ruined my mood. You just gave me a lady deboner. A lady.
I would. Don't worry, you'll be all right. I know how.
I definitely know we'll be okay. Okay, let's set the mood again. What is our dish that you're making for your favorite lady?
Yeah, I'm cooking for her. Okay.
Cooking for her. You said not.
At this point, I know her.
Okay,
because
of course.
I wouldn't do this. First date, I'm taking somebody to the fucking moon. But yeah.
Yes. We're a little bit more like, ambiance. We're setting the tone because we want to know your playlist. Like we really want to I'm like sinking this whole, like I'm putting my fishing hook on you and I'm trying to reel you in, but you're really struggling against this. So
I'm blessed. But,
so what are you cooking? Are you cooking?
You know what? I'll probably have to go with some fish then.
Okay.
I think maybe like some salmon.
All right.
Mashed potatoes, asparagus, maybe something cool like that.
Salmon cooking in the background. Yeah. We have the aromas of all these things. That's ASMR. We're not there yet, but maybe one day. And then, we have all these things sizzling. And what's playing in the background? Like there's top 3 people. You said R&B, and maybe you could switch it now. It depends on you. Who would be like playing where she's going through the door? You're gonna like answer the door. Now we're really setting the mood. You're gonna answer that door. You're gonna see her in her little sexy dress, and then what's playing?
Okay, at this point we can't bring out Jodeci yet because it's just too ready to go.
That's what I'm like.
I have to be like I just have to be naked at that point.
This is dessert.
Salmon and wiener for you. But man, let's see. You know what? I think maybe like some Bruno Mars or something. Bruno Mars is friendly. Maybe some of the Bruno Mars.
Inviting. It's inviting.
It's cool. It's nice. It's a vibe. We can have a nice conversation at that point. And I'm freestyling this right now. Okay. But I'm even thinking like at times when I've cooked or I'm eating with somebody and it's a lot of music like that cool, just nice, relaxed. It's not too aggressive music,
not too rowdy where you're like,
it's not we're not turning that yet. We got to go. YG gonna come on later. All right, there we go.
Time and place. Hey.
We gonna be out there, but
Okay. So what would you didn't really fully still answer that question, but we'll let it pass. So what would you say is your social media weakness? Do you have one?
My social media weakness.
Social media weakness. Is there something that you get stuck on that you like? Are you just like have a fake account? Are you looking at people?
No, I'm not.
Are you like one of those things? Like, do you even use social media?
Yeah, I definitely use social media. Maybe I'm too open. I'm very open. Maybe I should be more closed off.
But why do you say that? How did the social media thing get you to primitive to be like, oh, I should be closed off?
You know what though? Sometimes it's hard because I'm always 50-50 on that because I feel like. When I was used like the high school explanation, I feel like, all right, if you're my friend and you was on the basketball team, I go to watch you play. I hope you score 50. So if you do music, well, when you play music, I hope you're good. But sometimes it's not like that. But I
feel like it could, like, I feel like I get what you're saying with that, but I also feel like in the same sense as with me, I was in the adult entertainment business. Okay. I never looked at women as a competition. I felt like there's enough bread for all of us to eat. So I want all of us to win. If you're my friend or whatever, I don't really care, whatever.
Not everybody
so the same
thinks
thing,
like that though.
1,000, and I'm not saying that everybody does. In a certain time, as the older I got and things progressed and how I saw people acted towards me, my stance on that's changed a little bit. Yeah. But again, but it was based off ego-ness. And I had to realize, especially recently within the last 6 months, I've done a lot of self-work or whatever as well. And it's like, when you take those things away and you become really vulnerable and take all that shit away, I really still want everyone to win. Yeah. And my still initiative of what I was saying before, it still shouldn't matter because someone made me feel a certain way. And then now I don't. I still want people to win.
Oh, yeah.
Because it doesn't take food out of my mouth. Because I'm still going to be who I am and who I'm supposed to be because I'm me,
there's a lot
and
of
I'm worthy of
people
that.
in the world though these days.
True, and that's what kills people off a lot earlier than it needs to be, unfortunately. But I feel like if people kind of just took down that guard and being kind of a little bit more vulnerable, and me with my podcast too is in the beginning, and this is season 3. I really wouldn't say so much in certain things or speak the way that I speak now, but I've also been through more things, and and not that I didn't go through these things before, but I'm in a different place in my life. So I feel like the way that my thought process of thinking is a little bit more sincere and empathetic to people, and just generally in where their journey in life, than judging anybody. Because
definitely. But that probably comes with your self growth. And through being in one field of life and then maneuvering to another and finding your niche in that, and then just growing as you grow in life. I always tell people, like, you're never as good as you can be. Like, every day, I'm not saying like every day you're going to get better and learn shit like this. It's just unrealistic. But we can get better with time with anything we do. So, I mean, I completely agree.
And I think it's awareness, you know what I mean? And I think that like conversations like we have right now is like, again, in not knowing each other, but being in a similar circles and different things. And we do different jobs per se, but it's the same genre of LA's, entertainment business, you know what I mean? Where it's like, I've never met you before, but I still respect you. What you're telling me and all these things is I value you and you coming here and what you have to put forth to other people and people to learn from you. Well, because you know what I mean? I think that it's a beautiful thing.
Thank you. But to get back to your question, because I was like, wait, I know I said it for a reason. So that's the only, about the social media thing is that maybe sometimes, you can give people too much. It's like if you put out a album, it's 30 songs. It's like, damn, that was kind of a lot. Maybe 15 would have been better. But, it's like a give or take, because then people got to like you to fuck with you anyway. So
do you feel like, with that being said, do you feel like you've given too much of yourself?
No. Like,
definitely. You're on Love and Hip Hop, you're in a reality show. It's supposed to be based on your life. Do you feel like, and not that it's not, but it's like, how do you not give too much when you're on a reality show?
Well, no, I think at that point you have to. I think honesty is best. So, hey, what do you, they'll ask you, hey, what do you have going on and blah, blah, blah. All right, cool, I got this going on, or your relationships and all those type of things. And then when they put you in the situations, it's really just up to you to act how you would act.
So tell us a little bit more about being on Love and Hip Hop. It's one of those things, it's definitely a franchise. It's been all over. LA came, the ladder of everything like that. Was it intimidating to be a part of something that was already something, or was it just natural because, again, it is a part of your life? So it's like, you're really, at that point, you're not really, until you watch it, realize what it really does to you.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm a pure entertainer. I like being on camera, and realistically, I knew like 90% of the cast anyways. It's people I know or I've worked with or been to parties with.
That's what I'm saying. So it feels like normal.
It was
you would be doing
natural.
this anyways, but now cameras are there.
Exactly. So, I mean, to me, I just act normal. I mean, I had most of my adult life filmed or on camera or looking at the camera and trying to promote myself or do something, to benefit myself and my family. So
you feel comfortable in that setting?
Completely.
Do you hold back because there is now a camera on you and knowing your more personal life? Because all of us as entertainers, we also still like to have private life, but now you have a reality type situation. Whereas, is there anything that you kind of hold back more, from?
Nah, definitely not. I mean, my family got on there. My dad told stories about my life and his life and in growing up, and my mom, my sister, my daughter was on there with me. Like, everybody came on there, so we definitely gave like a good part of our reality and my reality of becoming a man. And I mean,
do you think the show kind of made you closer to your family because those things were more in the forefront than they probably would have been prior to? No.
I'm super family orientated. Like, my family is like my mom, my dad.
I'm not saying that you're not, but I also know, like, personal thing being said is like, sometimes like I'm super into my family and everything too but until recently, when we talk about hard situations and because someone's asking you, so now the camera's asking you when you're not there and your family, or say whatever is maybe doing a confessional or this, whatever, do you feel like you saw a different insight that maybe drew you in closer that you wouldn't have had because of that?
Nah, like when I say like, that's another shit. Like, I can't make this shit up. Like, man, I've been through some real wild shit with my family. So it's like, we so close. Nothing, like, if it was
so the cameras wouldn't have mattered anyways. It would have like.
Nah, my dad is hilarious. Like, he's ready to tell the world whatever. He's ready. Listen,
he needs his own agent so he can have a show.
He's hilarious. Listen, he kept speaking in third person, right? He kept saying, because he just wants to tell everybody how great I am, and I love you, Dad, for that. But Micky Munday is the best, blah blah blah. They said, Mr. Jacoby, he's right here. You got to talk like he's right here. He said, oh, okay, I'm sorry. And then Micky Munday is like, he just kept speaking like I wasn't there. It's like he fuck what you guys are talking about. I just want to tell you guys how great he is.
He's your biggest fan,
though.
And
so is my family, and I've been through a lot with my dad, and my dad's had a lot of things go on in his life and our life. So it's just like I'm very close with my family. Like we've already been. It's just. We're just very close. It's like we know each other so well that nothing would be surprising at this point.
I like that.
In a good or bad way, realistically.
Have you ever had a crazy interaction with a fan or celebrity?
Yeah, definitely had some fan type stuff where I was at like restaurants and people would like that have been DMing me a lot, that have literally sent me pictures of like at the restaurant and stuff where I'd be like, well, that's kind of weird.
Like when you were there and like they were like, hey, I saw you there kind of thing, like stalker vibes. Like they wouldn't say anything to you?
No.
So how did you like deal with that type of thing? Did you engage or did you just like, no, nothing? So that was the crazy thing, but it was nothing in person. It was always like the latter of.
Yeah, but that was kind of weird. And I'm already like a paranoid person in a sense. So that was kind of like, I mean, not that I thought this person would harm me or something like that. Like, why would they do that? But I don't know.
But you just don't know. You know, it comes to one of those things where it's like, you almost realize like you know your status. You, like you said, you've known your friends in LA. You know who you are as a person and all these things. And then TV, whatever comes in, it amplifies things for other people, but not you, because it's still your life. You know what I mean? So, but it's like people then, attach to yourself to a fantasy or a infatuation where it's like,
definitely.
So it's like, it's almost alarming because you're like, hey, if you just would have came inside and just said hi, I would have said, hey, let's take a picture. But now you did some weird stuff and now you're making me feel like you're watching me. And now it's uncomfortable. Yeah.
And the pictures is like the page is private. You can't even see who the person is. I mean, that was a minute ago, but like, I mean, it is what it is.
Has there been any celebrity things where you've been like, maybe you were a fan of somebody and they kind of like turned you the wrong way because just being in politics of LA or anything?
No, I can't say somebody probably turned me away. I've had some pretty cool. I've met some interesting celebrities over the years.
What was your best that you were like that you either didn't think it was happening or gonna happen and it just happened very like randomly and it was like a cool experience you could walk away from?
Man, one that I could think of. Let's see. Definitely, I met Jay-Z in Miami. I went out there to work. Who the hell was I working with? This is a minute ago. I don't even remember. But my mom's friend LaWanda, she worked for. Rest in peace to Kim Porter, who Diddy's wife, who passed away. She worked for her. So they had brought me out there, and I was just like doing some music. And then I got to like go to the awards. I didn't like really get to hang out with them like that, but she introduced me to Jay-Z. That was dope. Like that was like a low key, like a damn near like a fan moment for me because I just think Jay-Z's the best. So that was cool. Shit, I met Suge Knight in I'm trying to think of some interesting because I mean I really just shook Jay-Z's hand, but the Suge Knight, I met him there used to be this. It was like an after hours in North Hollywood. Like man, this is a minute ago too, probably like 6-7 years ago. And we're in this after hours, and Suge Knight just come mobbing in with like a bunch of people, and he come up to me like, "I fuck with you, man. Let's get in contact." And I was just like, "Oh yeah."
How do like moments like that?
That was cool though to me because Death Row was like, you know what I mean, like big.
But at that time, were you like, and not that we aren't all our biggest fans or whatever, but it's like, how does that make you feel knowing that you have music, people are watching you and doing that, and then they're big, iconic people that you look up to as well? How did that feeling feel for someone just to even say that, even if you didn't even do anything with it? But it's like, how does that make you feel? Where like, oh, they fuck with me.
I thought that was cool because when I just thought about the success that Death Row had, and then, like, I mean, obviously, all the crazy stuff about Suge Knight and stuff, but listen, no matter what, like, him and Dr. Dre, they really, like, everything was going platinum from that. So I just thought that was cool. I mean, I've got a chance to, like, rap in front of Corrupt before and him go crazy over bars I was. So that was just cool because these is, like, people my dad listened to when I was growing up.
Because it just gives you validation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and not
cool
that, again, like that you do whatever.
They're legendary people to.
Exactly. But it's like legends giving you validations of, hey, you like, we fuck with you.
Yeah,
like, it's a cool feeling. Definitely I'm sure.
It is.
So off that topic, but what is like one subscription? There's lots of subscriptions out there nowadays that we can subscribe to anything. What's one that you just could not absolutely not deal without? Like if it got canceled, you'd be upset.
Man, right now I'm gonna have to go with HBO Max.
Okay.
Because I just started watching Game of Thrones. People been telling me about that show
That's hilarious.
forever, but I literally been binge watching it. Now I'm on like season 6, but right now I'd be upset because I'm like right.
But okay,
through the
let me
season.
ask you this, because people like years ago, the same thing to me would say the same thing, and I really tried to watch it, but the first 2 episodes I couldn't, and then everyone was like, "You need to get through." I forget how many, but I was like
7. You know what it is
to like
though?
understand, and I was like,
the character build in the beginning. You don't. It seems like
because
it
it's
is a little
establishing,
slow.
but is it establishing each character to know
It's
like who they are?
Yeah, it's for the future though. Like
I literally after 2, like 1.5, really, I was like,
no, I tried to watch it a couple times at first, but once you get through those episodes, then
I should try again.
I think you should. Yeah, it's a great show.
I probably shouldn't be high while I'm doing it though, because
Why not? Everything's better when you're high.
Yes, but then I lose interest. I'm like, but why? And then I start to like be like, why are we taking 6 episodes to understand who all these people are?
But that's just at first. After that, it's
see, I've heard this so many times. That's why I probably should try. I will try probably when, I don't know how soon, maybe in the next year, because next year's
on the 33rd.
It's not that far away. So, but yeah, no, I feel that. And the only reason why I brought that up, it was just hilarious because my photo shoot I did today, I had this Game of Thrones look that I was like in this whole thing. And I was like,
are we meant to be here right now?
I think we are. So I was
Jesus,
like,
come out.
She's right here.
Oh.
Just kidding. It's Miss Texas if you're nasty. It's all right. But yeah, so I thought the whole thing, I was like, interesting. I'm like, maybe I should give this a try.
You should.
One more time. What is the best advice you've ever gotten?
My dad told me second best is just what it sounds like.
Second.
Yeah, that always stuck with me when I was like competitive. I don't know. As far as putting that into music, it's a little different. But when I was younger, I did competitive fighting. Then I started doing sports. So it's all things.
So were you like real live Cobra Kai?
Yeah. I fought in the Junior Olympics. I won like a gold medal in the Junior Olympics.
Oh, you were really like into
I was
that
good.
shit.
I was really good. Yeah. But that's good for my mental. It made me very disciplined. It made me respectful to people. Yes sir, no sir. Like just respect for people. I don't have to. I'm never like acting too cool. Like I just, hey, how you doing? I'm very
humble.
welcoming. Yeah, definitely. I know when to be cocky, but I'm humble. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I mean, it just made me very competitive. And I think I took that even into music and just anything I do in life. I apply to any hustle. Like I want to outwork people. And I just want to be better than I want to be the best at everything I do.
What was your favorite move or like your go-to move in karate?
Ooh.
How would you finish them?
I had an axe kick that was mean. I'd have to show you it. And then I had this.
I don't want to be kicked.
Yeah, no, I don't want to kick you.
But I will see it from afar. Anthony, you want to get kicked?
No? All right. You feel like you kicked today? No. I got control. No? It's like, I'll fucking fight you. But, no.
That's
and then I had this thing called a cartwheel kick where it was like, it was a cartwheel but without hands. So I would just flip and like, boop, boop, and hit people.
And then you would kick them in half the car, or like when the
Well,
car
I hope
was.
if I miss, it's bad.
Did you ever miss?
I definitely missed before.
Did you fall on your face?
No, like more like your shoulder back because you kind of.
But when you were practicing, you definitely had to fall on your face.
I don't know if I ever fell on my face. You kind of do something retarded to fall on your face because it's like an aerial. Like think about if you did a cartwheel, but you just did it with no hands. I mean, you're still rolling shoulder first. If anything, you definitely fall on your shoulder hard sometimes. But for you to fall on your face,
were you rolling with the homies?
Rolling with the homies.
Oh, what are the top 3 rules that you abide by that you could have that you abide by in life?
Ooh. That's a good one.
You're welcome.
3 rules.
Some people don't have any.
I think honesty is key.
Okay.
I think honesty is key in life because, when you tell a lie, it's like when you tell a lie, it become a part of your future. And when you tell the truth, it become a part of your past. So it's like now you got to constantly lie. You got to keep up with a lie. So it's a part of your future.
Wisdom out there to private talk. I like that.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah. But so honesty is a good thing. Honesty is key in relationships. Honesty is key in business relationships. Between.
But do you really live through that?
Yeah, you got to. I mean,
we all say that, but sometimes it's hard for us to live
perfect.
by it. I'm not attacking you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying because we say the rules that we live by and we go through.
Well, I think listen, it's like this. I try to do better than worse. You know, as much as I can. Nobody's gonna be perfect. You're gonna have temptation. You're gonna fall into it from time to time. It's like just as long as you do good and you know, I mean, obviously not doing no crazy fucking wild shit, but you know, listen.
I mean, wild is good sometimes, but I get what you're saying.
But you know
when you're on the whole path of like doing things and being respectful of things, and you know, exactly.
Definitely.
No, I get that.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, definitely.
So that's one.
Honesty,
So what would be two?
Probably being considerate. You know what I mean? I think pride and stuff like that is something that can get you into a lot of trouble. I know. I got homies, man. They used to be like, I would die for my pride. And I used to be like, well, what would you live for? You know?
What was their answer?
It fucked them up when I told them that. But
what would you live for?
I'd live my family, shit, success. I mean, all those things wrap into one because those are the people I want to take care of. But yeah, I mean, I just, you know, think that just things like that and figuring out different ways to diffuse situations and to just be a good leader and to lead people in a good way is, to just be polite to people and be good to people. And then, you know, it's like if you smile at somebody, they might smile back. But if you get angry with somebody, they're probably going to get angry. So it's like negativity breed negativity. Hopefully positivity could breed some positivity. But third one, man, I don't know. That's a good one.
If you want to leave it at 2, we can leave it at 2.
Yeah, I mean, loyalty is a good one to throw in there, even though I think it's kind of like cliche. But I mean,
I don't think that is cliche. I think I feel like people say that it's cliche, and that's why loyalty is so hard to find. Is because people think that it is cliche.
Yeah, well, I think it should be. Like a lot of good
should be more like a way of life, and you know what I mean, and talks about more, and not be like, oh, you're supposed to be no. Not everybody knows that.
Yeah, well,
or know what that feels like.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's 3. I like those. I like that.
Okay, well, thank you.
So let's see. What do I want to ask you? How do you feel about the interview so far?
It's wonderful. I feel like we're just sitting, talking. You know what I mean? I wish I would have brought my weed upstairs.
I know.
I fat backwood for you.
I mean, you should have brought it. Miss Texas never says no to weed.
I didn't even know. I was unaware.
You should have done your research, sir.
You
should have done your research.
I came unprepared.
What is one luxury that you spoil yourself with?
Ooh. That's a good one. Oh, man. Food.
Okay, so what's your like guilty go-to that like, regardless of like how expensive it is or whatever, whatever. Sushi. But is there a spot? Like, that's the biggest luxury, we say. So luxury means like it's a soft comfort word.
Yeah, I mean, I like all the good sushi
expensive and luxurious and makes you feel like, you know what? I don't give a fuck how much I spent. I fuck with whatever I just did.
Yeah, I mean, so definitely I would say sushi. I love Katana. I love Nobu. I love Dojo. I love Roha. The last 2 are like kind of some low-key spots, but they're extravagant. But
if you come to LA, Private Talk, all those places you should like Yelp them.
Go.
Make sure you give them because they are really good ones. I love sushi as well, but I feel like there's probably something more luxurious he treats himself to that he's not telling us. I want the truth. We want the truth. There's something more luxurious than sushi. You've never spent something crazy amount that you like spoil. Like you're like it's a luxury item. If it's you have hobbies like cars.
Oh yeah,
or
I got
like
a couple cars.
Okay, we all have cars, but like something that's like. Not just because you had a car, but now you got like a sports ridiculous car just because you were like, hey, this, or a watch, or a chain, or a this, or those are luxury items.
I literally have
sushi is you could pay
that's
sushi.
So materialistic. Like
but that's a luxury item.
Not to be cocky, but I literally have every single thing that you just named. Like cars, watches, chains.
Okay, so none of that means shit to you. Got it. But
what
that's fine. I don't care.
Okay, I got one.
Whatever. But it's something that why I say those things is because it's a big tag item, like a luxury thing that either if you went to a spa or you went to a whatever.
I got a massage today, literally before I came.
Fuck, you need invited Private Talk. Thank you.
You want to come?
Thank you. The day is over. Yeah, you know, I already expressed to you about the stressful day that I had.
I will get you a massage after this. Do you want one?
I was upset. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I'm dead serious.
I'm down.
All right.
We're going to the Wii Spa. What's open right now?
What time is it? You're making me think it's so late. Is it
feels
not
late.
like, can I say what time it actually is? I think I know. It's like 6 o'clock.
I feel like it's 10.
Can I look?
You can if you want.
It's 6:42. I was closer.
I feel like it's 10. But only because the time change is still fucked with me. And it's dark. And I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning now because it's just like,
you need a hug.
Tragic. I feel like I do need a hug. Private talk. If y'all don't hug me and like and comment to this,
hug her.
Thing,
who can I talk to?
Hug me by subscribing. Make sure that you like and make sure you comment below and tell me what else I need to do to give me luxury fucking treatments myself, because apparently I'm not doing enough for you.
No, I'm saying I just got one of those 3-wheel cars. I don't know if you've seen them.
What
the
is
slingshots?
It? Yeah, I heard about that.
I love it. That's my toy. Maybe I should have said that.
You do that like around these streets, like. I mean, is it something? Is it a legal car? I guess.
I don't know why that was such a funny question. You do that
was.
around these
That did
streets?
sound weird. No,
like I had some cocaine on me or something. You can do that,
sir. Calm down. This is not that party. But what I'm telling you is, I didn't know how to say this. Whatever. But it's like, is it a legal street car?
It is.
Or can you only do it like on like your off-roading type thing?
No. You could drive it on the freeway.
I said that way worse than it needed to be. But yes.
But no, you can't. But So I've been pulled over once, knock on wood, and I argue with the cop that I don't need a helmet, but because I rent it out a lot with the I be renting the cars out. So one of my friends he got pulled over, and he said the cop was like, no, like I'll give you a ticket.
You have to have a.
But he got pulled over like 2 blocks away from a place he could buy a helmet. He was like, but I'll make you a deal. He told him, he's like, go buy the helmet and I'll let you have the ticket. So my buddy was like, hey, I'm gonna just buy the helmet. I'll leave it in here.
So I'm assuming both people, or if there's 2 people there, both have to have a thing on.
There's supposedly you should, but it depends. Like I said, it's not an official rule, but you're gonna tell the cop he's wrong. What was my buddy
I didn't even know it was a legal car because I only saw them ever in Miami and like those kind of things.
Yeah, I got mine wrapped. Like I got like a special wrap on it. It's a black holographic wrap.
Micky Munday on it?
No. It's like a holographic wrap. So either way you look at it, it's like different colors.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's extravagant.
Like that. Have you ever participated in BDSM?
Is that like bondage? Like somebody?
You like how I threw that in there?
Yeah, it was like
I wanted a way to segue, but there wasn't really like a smooth, so I just threw it like wrench.
Right? I heard ESPN, but
no, BDSM. Yes, bondage. Whips, chains. Like that kind of stuff.
No,
you've never participated in it.
No, I haven't. I'm sorry.
You never went to like what was that movie called? Mr. Gray, whatever, like the whole thing. No, you don't have a secret dungeon anywhere?
I don't. It's unfortunate.
Why are you apologizing to me like I need you to have this dungeon?
I need you to have these things.
Have you ever had a threesome?
Oh my God, of course. I've got some extravagant threesomes.
Extravagant threesomes.
Yes.
All right. Well, that was the question I was waiting for because we're going to take a little bit of a break and then we're going to play Truth with Texas, which we're going to get into a little bit more racier things. If you're okay with that.
Okay.
Are you comfortable?
I'm very comfortable.
You consent. We're consenting to Truth with Texas.
We're playing Truth or Dare?
Truth with Texas. It's better because everything's bigger in Texas and we always have it my way. Are you ready for that?
I'm ready.
All right, Private Talk. We're going to take a little bit of a break, but we're going to get to my favorite part. I can't wait. All right, Private Talk. We are back, and we are ready to play my favorite part of the segment, Truth with Texas. So the way we're going to go, it is 4 cards. They're all aces, and each ace is a different suit, which gives us a different type of question. We're going to go through every single card and get to know you a little bit more.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
I like that. All right. First card.
All right.
Ooh, ace of.
Excuse me. Oh, excuse me.
You're allergic to me?
No. Okay, ace of clubs.
Ace of clubs. That's the kinky question.
Uh-oh. I just put this down?
Yes, you can put that down. Would you consider yourself a kinky person?
Can we just can you give me a little more? I think so, but maybe let's describe kinky real quick.
You also said that you didn't have, before we even played the game, was you didn't even have like a secret room. You didn't do whips or chains. You didn't do anything. Like, do anything like, I mean, what would be kinky to you?
I don't know, dressing up. I mean, I definitely feel like I've definitely
you role play?
Yeah, I'm down with role play.
Okay.
I've definitely had some girls ask me to do some interesting things to them.
Okay, so let's see if any of my questions get to that. If not, we can play and share.
All right.
Favorite time of day to have sex? Are you like in the morning, at night, day, anytime of time? Anytime you're ready?
Anytime, I'm ready.
Most number of times you've ever had sex in one day?
I think probably like 3-4 times maybe.
3 or 4 times? Was it the same person, multiple people?
Yeah, same person. I definitely had sex with multiple people in a day, though. That I don't know how I felt about myself that day.
You didn't know how you felt? Did you shower in between?
I had to. You gotta watch the
Some people
off.
don't.
Yeah, no, I have a friend who's
once upon a time. You never know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Have you had sex in the last 3 days?
No. Unfortunately.
You like how you like go through that for like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and
right.
I'm not doing that.
Not.
Okay, so you said the most number of times you've had sex in one day was 3 or 4 with the same person. So
yeah.
What is the most number of times that you've actually masturbated by yourself? Only sessions. It could have been from like the time you started masturbating to this current day in life. Like, is there a master number? Is it 6, 7, 2, 3?
Oh,
like,
in one day?
Yeah, in one day.
I don't think you can do it 6-7 times in one day. I for sure did it like 3 times.
There has been. I've heard some.
Yeah, guys or girls?
Guys.
Damn, that's crazy.
Girls, it's way easier, but guys, yeah.
I feel like I'm a shriveled piece of string.
So you fall back and don't exist for at least good 30 to
This is what I would do, literally. It'd be like this.
You're sinking into the private talk.
It would just be, I would be worthless to the world at that point.
Worthless to the world?
Yeah, I'd just be worthless.
Have you ever had a sexual encounter in a crowded place?
Oh, of course.
What was the crowded place?
Oh, my God. I've gotten head in a club before. For sure. In multiple
states. And no one
knew? I'm sure. Well, my friend knew. She knew. And, yeah, I think the security guard might have, but he was probably like, this motherfucker's doing some shit. I can't even make this shit up. I let him do it.
Part of your album.
I'm telling you. I can't make this shit up.
I like it. All right. See, that was a kinky one. See, we're good. We're moving along. So now it's the next card.
Okay.
Where are we going?
I'll go straight to the top.
Monday would know.
Diamond.
Diamonds are forever, but it's also a spicy question here at Private Talk. What's your top 5 porn stars?
Oh, you?
You didn't even know who I was.
Listen, you're my top now.
You
didn't moved up multiple slots.
Okay, but you never saw a porn scene, so you can't say that I'm a top 5 of
I have an incredible imagination, okay?
Yeah, but
don't take this away from me right now.
Okay, I'm number 1. Private
number 1, 2.
That means he's going to go home and do his research when he goes home.
Yeah, home, right, good.
Or on the way home. Who knows?
Man, you want me to crash and die on the way home?
No, it keeps you focused.
How?
You don't actually do it. You just, this is what I got to go home to, you know?
Okay.
It's giving you a direction, you know?
Okay. Man.
God, do I got to tell you everything? Jesus.
Damn, I don't even know what my 5 favorite porn stars are.
Do you have, like, are you one of those people that you just, like, maybe do, like, a Pornhub search or whatever, that you, like, just, it doesn't matter who the person is, and so it's just, like, whatever, and you don't have a name to a face?
No, I do know there was this one back in the day, I think her name was Cherokee or something.
Mm-hmm.
She was bad.
I've had sexual relations with her.
But you're my favorite. See, I knew this. Do you see where the connection
Honestly, so real talk. So the first time I ever did a scene with her was for a Butt Woman movie. I'm not sure which one it was. I think Butt Woman Returns. I'm not sure. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But when I did the scene with her, it was the first time that and it clicked in my head. It was all like an aha moment that I was like, this is why people like my ass. I was playing with her ass and I was like enjoying myself. And I was like, I get it. This, because I had never been with a girl who had a bigger ass than mine to compare to. Nor do I I play with my own ass, but I don't get to see it from the behind. You know what I mean? Okay. So when I was up close and her, I was like, oh my God, it's like, this is like heaven. Like, I don't even know where to look. And it was like, I was mesmerized. Yep. And then there was another encounter after we did the scene, and the guy who owned the house, he realized who was in his house, which was Cherokee. And he was like, Oh my God. Like he was so speechless. He stopped and went to his car, went and got some, like whatever he sold. He like gave this girl like all this free stuff. It was like, and I was like, I've never seen someone so infatuated that I was like, you go girl. Like I love you even more. Even though I played with your ass just a minute ago, I love you even more. The fact that you have these men like shook. They didn't even know what to do with her. But lucky me, I got to play with her ass and it was
Can I ask who your favorite porn star is ever?
Very glorious. My favorite porn star ever?
Yes.
Girl or guy, or just,
Let's go with
gender
both.
Specific?
We'll go one each.
That's a good question. If I could go back in my porno history, like there's a lot of great scenes that I like could remember.
It could be
that
from any
touched my
decade.
soul. You know,
Even the Bush decade.
the bush. I did have a bush at one time.
Yeah?
You're welcome. But it was party on top, business on the bottom. Because,
That's what it was called?
That's what I called it. It was like
Oh
a
my
it
God,
was
that's a name right there. That's a franchise.
It was a reverse mullet because I knew
Not a reverse mullet.
party on top, business.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, because I knew the parts that you wanted to touch needed to be A1.
Yeah.
So it was there for you. But the
bet.
top, it had, hair that you could pull and do whatever you wanted to do with it.
Oh my goodness.
It's a fun time. Don't act like you've never had a girl with pussy hair before.
I have.
Yeah, then why are you acting like you've
not.
never pulled on one before? Don't don't latch it up like it's like a dog. No one wants to be like startled. But yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
Okay. You still didn't name the person though.
God dang it. Okay, wait.
She thought she was going to get away with that.
This is my show, not yours. But okay.
Oh,
I'll
my
tell
bad.
you.
Okay, you know what?
No, it's okay. It's okay. Private Tech likes to know things about me. And in these situations, like I said, it's a genuine conversation. And I feel like I can't not tell you now. That'd be rude. So the girl would be Charlie Chase.
Okay.
You probably don't even know that name because you don't even know girls.
Fuck.
You just watch
Pornless.
porn. For you guys out there, Charlie Chase, she was the most sensual, sexual female that I've ever met, and so true in her own body that I appreciated her so much that when we actually did a scene, because I didn't do at that time a lot of scenes with a lot of females,
Okay.
it was amazing. And cheers to you, Charlie Chase. I don't know where you are. I don't know where you are in the world, but I hope you're watching Private Talk. If not, you should be. You guys should all tell her or harass her because I'm sure my fans have to know where she is because I may not know, but you guys do.
Where you at, Charlie?
You should. She was great. Mouth game on point.
Oh, my Lord.
1 out of 10, 9.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's extravagant dilly right there.
That facts. Big facts.
You like, wait, let me not ask you no more questions. It's going to turn into me.
Wait, you can ask me questions when I'm done asking you questions. Because I do want you to ask me questions.
Yeah.
No. I want you to ask me questions though too, because that's what the fun part is like this whole thing, it makes you feel comfortable more when I indulge too.
Yeah.
Because you think that I'm like, we're in this together. We're in this together.
I'm not by myself.
Craziest place you've ever had sex?
Isn't it weird how you have to go to your memory bank like blue, blue, blue?
That just means you fuck a lot. I'm just
Not a player, just fuck a lot. But damn, craziest place I've ever had sex.
Have you ever had sex on an airplane?
No, I've gotten some head on an airplane though.
Commercial.
Yeah. People people literally next to me. I can't make this shit up. I'm dead serious.
Please.
You want me to tell you?
Yes, please.
Listen, I don't remember where I was flying. I might have been flying to no. I think
what airline?
I don't remember that either. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
But this girl,
were you
right?
in a middle seat, aisle seat, window?
No. Watch.
Can you set the whole seat?
I'm break it down for you.
Please indulge.
We're about to board the plane, right? I see this girl, and I kind of see that she's looking at me. I'm like, okay, I indulge in a conversation with her. I don't remember. This is a couple years ago as well.
This was pre-mask time.
Oh, yeah, way before that. Oh, my goodness. Just pull the mask down.
Let me see if it's real.
Right. Let me see your mouth first. But, no, so look. The girl literally. So we having a conversation.
So you're going to Louisiana.
No, we're not going to Louisiana.
You didn't know. I just made a place.
Yeah, we're going somewhere. But
we're in New York.
I feel like I was going to Chicago though. Okay, no lie.
We're going to Chicago.
But she got off somewhere. That's the thing. But so no matter what, all right. So we talking. Then we get on the plane. And we're not sitting by each other, but like I forgot if it was me that didn't have somebody or her, but one of us was basically like, let's sit next to each other. Because the plane wasn't like
I thought you meant like, full. If you had somebody with you at that trip. I'm like, wait.
No, we didn't. Yeah, so we literally sat next to each other, and I was by the window seat, and she was in the middle seat. And literally through the plane, she just started feeling on me, and then all of a sudden I had a blanket. She went under the blanket.
Where'd you get the blanket from?
Voila. The blanket? Oh, it must have been Delta or something. It's one of the ones that give you the blue blanket.
Those blue blankets. Thank you. Thank you for the blue blankets.
They were complimentary.
So it was just a handy.
No.
She went to town with her mouth.
What? I'm dead serious.
How many mouth strangers have you had?
Oh man, it's been some.
Okay, wait. I'm not okay. Let me preface this. There's no judgment here at Private Talk, but curiosity, because you're an attractive male, you're an artist and who travels a lot.
Okay.
Do you get mouth strangers a lot that you would
consensually
wanted to be with you too? Because this girl, obviously, y'all had a conversation. Yeah. You knew what it was. So it's like, how often, if you're in, what do you think I said? No, I said a mouth stranger.
But I just heard the mouth.
I literally just made that up now. I never said that ever in my life, but I'm going to rock with it.
Yeah, I like it.
You wouldn't rock with it. I'm going to.
So what I'm saying is, strangers. Yeah, there's definitely been some times in my life where you meet somebody.
Okay, strangers sounds a little harsh, but it is still true. If we want to,
how is a stranger? Is it like a first date? Now are you a stranger?
Yes.
It's not like you never just be like,
but
hey, you.
No, but that's the thing is that word may sound a little like evasive to you, but even you not knowing this female.
Okay.
You met her in the waiting area, and then you had a conversation. That is a stranger.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So again, I'm not judging off what that is because you both had a connection that you were talking. It was consensual. You're adults, whatever. Why I say the stranger thing because it's more obviously,
definitely
entertaining to hear the mouth stranger part. But because you're such, like I said, you're single. You're doing your own, whatever. This person, that's happened to you before.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying. How many mouth strangers has it been? I
don't know. I mean, you've been.
But how do you know, like the thing, the distinguishment have been like, oh, you may be a crazy mouth stranger, or maybe you're just like a plain mouth stranger.
I've never hooked up with somebody where I haven't had like at least sat down or been in some type of area where we're at least conversating.
You were on an airplane with a girl who was a mouth stranger. You didn't sit anywhere other than the plane.
Well, that's very true. But the thing is with that.
I'm not judging you. I'm just saying don't try to change the narrative now.
No. Watch. This is what I'm going to say. So you said what I caught from that is like a crazy person because there are crazy people out. But it's like, all right, I'm on a plane. So like,
I don't think she's crazy. I think that she liked you or whatever. And you equally too.
No.
I'm just saying as far as like how many of those situations happen. Is it something that's like once in a blue moon is what I'm saying? Or is it something like, maybe like 2 or 3 a month?
Oh, no. Those are like...
And these are pre-COVID numbers. Because again, pre-COVID numbers when nobody's traveling. Until recently, people are starting to travel.
Oh, no, that's the only time that's ever happened on a plane, though.
Like,
you just said something about a plane. And I was like, but I have...
Yeah, but I'm saying, don't change the whole narrative because you thought I was judging because there's no judgment here.
No,
but
I'm very open.
Stranger, that's what I'm saying, but it still was a stranger even if you talked for a little bit or not.
You're very right.
And I've also had girlfriends who like, they had a whole relationship back in the day when it was, what was the thing? It was Virgin America. I don't know if they even ever exist anymore. Okay. But it was like you could do the texting on the seat thing from like it was like a digital thing, and she got a boyfriend from someone texting her seat number and talking to her, and then I was like, how did this even happen? And then it became a whole thing. Yeah, it was. Is that airline even around? I'm pretty sure Virgin. No, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't have a lifeline. They're not. But it was Virgin Atlantic, so it was like literally you could. It was like, you know how they used to have the things in the seat that had like the phone thing or whatever that would come out. So like you could either a text pad. So you could text on the little like remote control thing that was on there.
From an airplane?
Mm-hmm. So if you were in seat 2A and I was in 34B, I could say that, and it says it comes from 34B.
Hey, 2A.
That's what it did, and this guy started talking to her, and she started a whole relationship with this person.
That's kind of odd, but yeah, I mean, to each his own.
That's kind of odd, but you got fucking head from some girl that you met 2 seconds before, that's not odd?
Well, no, not as, let me explain. At least
mansplain me, please. Okay.
I looked at you. You looked at me. It's not like some random text message. Like, I looked at you, you looked at me, we engaged in conversations. We're attracted to each other. We know. It's like, I just feel like stuff like that is like almost like, okay, I don't even know what you look like. She
talked to him after that because she obviously was still on the same plane, and then they started seeing or whatever.
It's an introduction.
But again, you're trying to be like, and she was just having a text convo, and you were having a head convo, and you're judging. There was no judgment here at Private Talk.
I'm definitely not judging.
You're having a head convo. How many head convos have you had?
I think we're all guilty of some.
Hey, some good head can get you into a lot of strange things. You just never know what's happening.
You know what I mean?
Okay, what is your fantasy threesome? You said you've been in a lot of threesomes. Do you have a fantasy roster?
Several. Oh, man.
Of threesomes. If you could dictate, there's no truth to any of it. If you could be whoever you wanted. Is there any?
This is amazing. Picturing it right now.
I like that. Manifest it. Manifest it. Manifest it.
Man, that's all right. I'm gonna probably have to go with, man. That's a good one. Maybe Jennifer Lopez in her prime. Fuck you. Really, Jennifer Lopez now.
I'm like, fuck you. What do you mean her prime?
No, I mean,
she's still hot.
And maybe like a Halle Berry or Tyra Banks in her prime was beautiful too. Or
Stop
even
saying in your prime. She's still hot though.
They all are. Even
you wouldn't
Angelina
bag
Jolie.
her now?
For sure.
1,000, so don't say in your prime. That means that you're like, I'd only have fucked her when she was hot.
No. They're still beautiful. Exactly. But you know what I mean. I mean like the glory days of them. Or like a Pamela Anderson.
That's why you'll still put it down to her. Because her glory days will always be because she's gloriful.
Oh, beautiful. Yes. All of those people I named are literally still beautiful.
Yeah, but don't just don't say the in prime. The prime thing.
Apologies.
You'd be like, I'll take those down, bitches. Now, then, and before.
Now, then, and before and after.
Yeah, but how would you like that if someone was like, "I'd fuck you in your prime"?
I'm in my prime. Cool, let's go.
No, that's not how it works.
Winner, number 21.
Like when you first started loving hip hop, I would have fucked you then, but now, nah.
I mean, that's their preference.
No, you can't say that. That's horrible. That means they still would have fucked you anyways. They just want to say that, throw that on it.
I mean, if it comes from a spiteful place, but if it doesn't, then...
It doesn't have to be spiteful, but it's like the ego part, but
I don't know. Me, I'm such a confident person. There's nothing somebody could tell me about myself.
Yeah, but you also, you being confident, it's meaning that you're also still empathetic regardless. So you saying when I'm checking you and saying in their prime, you realize what that means.
I apologized. But
that's what I'm saying. You know what that means. So I'm saying it's the same me putting it back on you and be like, how would you be like, oh, in your prime?
Yeah,
no, but it's still you. But it's still you. Of course. Your dick's still you. You're still you. The way you're putting it down is still you. Yeah. So it's all you. As much as these beautiful women and their prime, they're beautiful.
Yeah, for sure are.
All right, next question. Okay. I'll still put you in your place.
Hey, put me in my place if I need to be there.
Asa who?
Spades.
Well, that's our favorite here. Private Talk. It's a naughty question. It's for a little night. Naughty.
Okay.
And I know you're naughty.
What have the other questions been?
They've been naughty, spicy, a little fucking everything. Have you ever used a sex toy during intercourse?
For sure.
Which one?
A vibrator.
What kind?
I don't know.
Like a bullet or like a little thingy?
I think it was like a little,
or like a whole
like
toy?
One like, ooh.
On the clit?
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. Biggest turn off?
Smell.
Lube or spit?
Both.
Craziest sex act you've ever done?
Whew.
Wee.
Man, I don't know. I mean, I'm into what most. Well, I mean, there's just some things I wouldn't do, but I mean, I'm not like a kill the moment type person. If it's something I'm like, oh yeah, fuck it, let's do that, girl. Tell me, put me over here, choke me. You know what I mean? Obviously.
Is there just something that's been like either you maybe tried it that you're like completely like, nah, I'm never gonna do it again, or you're just like not into it?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. Somebody asked me to spit in their mouth one time. I don't know how I felt about that. I didn't like that.
Can you explain why?
I
you just don't know?
I was like, I can't gather no spit. I just made an excuse.
Because you just smoked.
I did though, but I don't know. That was, and I've considered myself a nasty person, but I felt like that was a little much.
You a nasty girl.
I was like, damn, spit. It. I knew it threw me off because it threw me off. I was like,
you know, I will say this. I get what you're saying, but I think it's like also like when people try to sometimes experiment things, and not saying that it's like anything, but it's like if you may have been in a relationship and the same person asked you, you may not have had a big of a problem because you didn't care where her spit came from. Because people who ask me, the only reason why I'm putting this on you, and maybe I'm projecting, but like in previous things, whatever, and the only time I've ever done it was and people had asked in porn things, but I wasn't really into that. Yeah. But when I was in a relationship and I had done it once, I was more into it because it was that person's spit and I loved that person. Yeah. So I was like, do whatever you want to me. I don't care. And I feel in the moment. But now if someone just randomly that I was just fucking somebody and someone spit in my mouth, I'm like, I'll fuck you up. Like we're gonna fight, like because it's a whole other thing.
It's like disrespectful.
Exactly, you know. So like, I feel like it's who you indulge in those activities sometimes with, as well as where the lengths of what you're willing to like.
Yeah, but I get where you're coming from.
Sloppy or clean oral sex? Since you don't like spit in your mouth, do you want you still want her to spit on you?
For sure.
You want her to be clean about it?
No, I don't.
No, okay. Let's see. Craziest booty call story. Do you have one?
Man. I don't know about a crazy one.
Have you been a booty call?
Oh, for sure. 3:47 in the morning, 3:17, 4:14.
3:17.
Like just late calls. Yeah, for sure.
So you accept them at all hours?
I mean, in my time of when, you up and I've had some...
you're a rapper. You're in the studio sometimes, so your sleep schedule sometimes maybe
I'm up
not
anyway,
so
it's not like somebody waking me up out of my sleep. And even if they did, realistically, like
you're still going.
I'm still going.
Okay, I respect it.
Yeah.
What crazy story? You got one?
I don't know. Not really. I just I go over
what
there
was
and
that
have
one?
seconds. No, I was thinking that my friend called me one time because he went to go mess with a girl and the girl wound up going crazy and he when I went to go
did you have to pick him up?
Yes, and he hid behind a car and he like,
what'd she do to him?
I don't even remember. I think he said she grabbed literally a knife out the kitchen because
What'd he do to her?
No, I guess he
You like how I go to the girl's side, what did he do to her?
I guess she had a dude and she basically was kicking him out, and he was like, "Man, I'm not going nowhere." And she literally grabbed some shit, listen, he's coming here now.
My husband's coming home. I cannot have you here.
I don't think it was the husband, but I was like, he was like, "Yo, you
the man who pays my bills."
Something, but to the point where she was like, "No, it's a must you leave," because somebody's like, "Man, I got somebody." What? Not leaving.
I've never had that happen to me.
Well, it was a crazy story. I mean, it was, like I said, it was something that I kind of thought of. I could even picture it right now.
Come on, let's go. I'm in third card behind that. Yeah. All right, so the last card is Ace of Hearts, which is a romantic question. Ooh. Would you consider yourself a romantic?
For sure.
What's the most romantic thing you've ever done for a partner in the past?
Man, I've had. Let's see. I mean, for a relationship, I had the house decorated. All her friends came in town. We had a party. I had a taco man. I had all these life rafts and toys in the pool with literally they look like doom buggies and sea-doos in the pool. Her family was there. We had we just had a lot of customized shit. What's another one? I had a special meal cooked that was a Surinamese dish. and because that was like her favorite food, and they don't like have it out here. So I found like this chef to come and like cook it, and it was for breakfast. And I had to like call her family, who's like literally not even in the country, and be like, "Yo, I know nothing about this food. Like, what should I even have them make?" So that was cool. We had like flowers, and it was like a breakfast. Like we had like literally like a South American breakfast, like when she woke up. So those are like two things.
Yeah, so you live very detailed. You're into doing like those like special kind of moments of whatever.
Life is important to details. It's nice to make somebody feel nice. I'm a people person. Like,
what would you say is your love language?
Oh man, probably. I think words and touch. I think that's I like somebody that you like somebody to tell you, hey, I love you, I appreciate you, I blah blah blah, and then and then if you love somebody, you want affection from that person. I think people, everybody wants to, feel like, all right, I see how this person moves, I see how this person looks at me, I could tell they love me, and then they're affectionate to me, which is another sign that they love me and they attracted to me, which I think is important for just your confidence in being a man or a woman in a relationship,
So you say you only listen to your music. What is one of your favorite songs to like get you in the sex mood?
I don't really feel like I make sex music though like that.
But if you were like to like get your lady, like if you're even do a nice dinner, do something romantic for her, put a bubble bath and like it gets you into those romantic moods, what would you say for Private Talk listeners to know what they can do for their partners? What would it be?
Ooh, man. As far as music? Man, I mean, you can never go wrong with the slow jams. You can never go wrong, with like the 90s R&B.
But do you have something on your,
it's
list
so
that
many.
You have?
My friend Smurf, shout out my friend Smurf. He used to make us the CDs with like right when we was kids, and then we used to have it was called the slow jam tape, and it had everything: T-shirt and panties on it, Jodeci on it, old, my God, just everything from that era, like. That was like literally like the LA. Well, I mean everywhere. I never went to another house party as a kid because I'm from LA. But it was like the LA. If you went to a house party and dancing, and hey, when it's time, go find a girl and you're on the wall type stuff, like that soundtrack. But I think even as a grown man, like people from that era, I mean that's what I'm gonna play. I mean it's kind of like damn near what you was playing when we walked in. I feel like that's like mood.
Which was Tevin Campbell for you. Can we talk Private Talk? That's something that we always play here at Private Talk because it's, Fred Frenchy, he's not here with us because he's in Australia, but he's here with us before every episode because of that. So, yes, we like to set the vibes here. We like to hold tones, but all of that is. And, I feel like I like all of that. So, did you enjoy Truth of Texas?
I loved it.
You loved it. Is there anything you would like to ask Miss Texas?
Miss Texas? Let's see. Damn. In the heat of the moment we were having that conversation, I had some questions, but yeah, I don't even know now. Oh, well, okay. So you have this podcast now. So what's your vision for the future of this podcast?
What's my vision for the future of this podcast? Well, for me, I feel like this podcast has been something that's been really special to me. It's been something I didn't know I wanted to do, but I definitely have enjoyed every moment of it. And being in season 3, whatever, I see so much more. Thank you. I see so much more for us and what the future is. And we keep climbing the charts on the podcasting. And I feel like we're going to be definitely number 1. I want to say top 10, but I want to say, fuck it. I'm going to go all the way and say number 1 because, I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in the truth of what I say with my guests and getting just to know people in a private, intimate conversation. And I feel like the fans really like to be a part of that as well.
Definitely.
And even not only having, you, which is a great, added to this whole bonus and each and every guest that I have here, but in every episode, I feel like it also gets to know a little bit more part of myself as well within talking to you because you bring your own spice to what this is too. You ask me your own questions and there's certain guests that may have not asked me certain things. And I feel like that kind of gets to know the whole part of what this is and it's Private Talk. So I feel like I appreciate you for being here, your honesty and being just pure in who you are and just being here to ask me those kind of questions. So yes, I appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So please let Private Talk know where we can follow you, where we can get all your things that we can support you and all those.
Yes. Follow me everywhere at Micky Munday. That's MICKYMUNDAY. Once again, at Micky Munday, MICKYMUNDAY. Man, you can pretty much find everything from there. Feel free to hit me up and definitely Thank you very much for having me.
All right, you heard him, Micky Munday, on the Private Talk Couch. I appreciate you guys. Make sure that you like and subscribe to this episode. And until next time.